Hello, lovelies. This is 5-Minute Manifesting, and I'm your host, Lovey Brown. Thank you so much for listening today. I am thrilled that you are here with me. So today, as I'm recording this, it is December 25th, 2020, and it is Christmas Day if you celebrate the holiday Christmas. And if you do, Merry Christmas. If not, I hope you're having a lovely day. And today I was thinking about how I wanted to wrap up season 1. So this will be the last podcast for 5-Minute Manifesting season 1. Season 2 will begin on January 1st, 2021. So this is my last podcast of the year 2020. And I was just thinking about how I wanted to wrap things up and how I wanted to encourage you to spend your time over the next week until season 2 starts. And I really want you to think about what you want. So I've been rereading The Secret, right? So if you haven't read the book The Secret, it's the book by Rhonda Byrne. It was published, I think, in 2006. I'm not totally sure. And you know what? It's probably really, even though I had had experiences with the law of attraction and the law of assumption, I don't know that I ever really, I certainly didn't know the term law of attraction or law of assumption. I had not come in contact with that information in that way, in that language, until The Secret. And so I'm rereading The Secret, and I haven't seen the film in a little bit. Maybe 2 years ago. I watched it periodically just to refresh myself. And as I'm rereading it, I am just finding anew how good it is and how clear it is. So The Secret is the first place I think I came in contact with Neville Goddard's name, because Neville Goddard is quoted in The Secret several times. And so I had this experience, it's been probably 10 years ago now, but it was after The Secret had come out, but I was still trying to figure out how to use the law intentionally to get the results that I wanted. And one exercise that I did is that I went through The Secret, the book The Secret, and wrote down every teacher that is quoted in The Secret. And after I wrote down every teacher that was quoted in The Secret, I did research on all of those teachers. Now, some of those teachers in The Secret are very specific, and they focus on very specific topics in their life and their business and in their teachings, and some of them are more broad. But the teacher that I really connected with when I did this exercise, several years after I read The Secret, but several years ago now, I really connected with the teachings of Neville Goddard. As you can probably tell from this podcast, that Neville Goddard really comes to the forefront a lot. Now, I do want to say something here about Abraham Hicks. So I, for a long time, had this experience of when I was seeking out information and seeking out teachings about the law of attraction and the law of assumption and just how the universe works, and intentionally aligning to my desires being in my 3D reality. I would have this experience where I would want some more information or a book, and I would go to the local bookstore in my town where I live, and the only book that would be available in that store whenever I would go, this happened several times. This is something that happened several times, was Abraham Hicks' teachings. And I just really I was cool with Neville, I was cool with The Secret, but Abraham Hicks just felt a little bit too woo-woo for me. Now, as you can tell from the podcast, I'm way in now. I'm way into the woo-woo. I believe this. I absolutely believe that this is the way our universe works, that this is the way we work, and this is the experience that we came here to have, that we came to Earth. We chose to take human form to have this experience of exploring our consciousness and exploring our ability to create against resistance that exists here on Earth. And I think we did that to grow and to learn. And that's just what I believe. But, you believe whatever you believe, or you can, and it'll probably change. My beliefs will probably evolve as I learn and grow, and yours will as well. But I really resisted purchasing any Abraham Hicks materials or even listening. I mean, I wouldn't even listen to it. I was just like, this is not for me. Like, I can't get into it. I don't understand what's happening. And then finally, I just did. I think it was pretty late in the game, 2017, I think. Finally broke down and bought an Abraham Hicks. And it was an older one. It was an older CD of a time that they were on a cruise, and Abraham was answering questions on this cruise. And some of the questions I thought were weird. Not that they aren't. It's just that it was very different for me. I mean, I don't judge it at all. It was very different for me. And I think so anyway, the point is, I had a breakthrough. After I listened to that CD, I had a breakthrough. I wasn't even really actively trying to do what I thought Abraham was telling the people on the cruise ship to do. It was so different from my experiences that the stuff I had been reading. Even though it's actually exactly the same, is what's so crazy, is that all of this information from most manifesting teachers, there's little quibbles here and there, but the essence of the teaching is the same. And not even just the essence of the teaching, most of the actual teachings are the same. And even when you find a little difference here, the good news is that they both work. And even when they both work, the even better news, I should say, is that you get to choose what you want to believe. I mean, even if what you choose to believe is this doesn't work, it won't work for you because that's what you're choosing to believe, but you get to choose. You have free will, and what we mean in free will and manifesting is you get to choose how you use your imagination. You get to choose what you believe. So does manifesting work? Yes, it works. Just choose to believe it. Actually, don't even choose to believe it. Choose to try it out and see for yourself. So anyway, after I didn't really finish that Abraham Hicks story, and I bought that CD, I listened to it, and it was so weird, and it was just, but I had an open mind immediately when I finished it, and this was so weird to me. I wasn't even really trying to manifest. I mean, I was attempting to manifest a specific person, as you know, and I have done that successfully. So, but my very first breakthrough with my specific person, came when I listened to that inner guidance that kept drawing me back to that bookstore, and the only book available was the Abraham Hicks. This was a CD. It was an audiobook. And the only thing available was this audiobook. I finally bought it because it had happened over and over again. I finally bought it, and that was my very first breakthrough. So if you have something and experience some kind of, and look, buying that and listening to it, I wouldn't have connected that to my specific person manifestation. I really wouldn't have. I really, but it just changed my mind for a little bit. Changed the way I was thinking about my manifestation. And so if you have some inklings, if you have some inspired actions that you're just hesitant to take on and do, then just maybe give it a try. Maybe over this next week, give it a try. Or maybe in the new year, just really be paying attention to those inklings. So that's just a little bit of my manifesting history. I know I talk about my manifesting history sometimes on the podcast. I just wanted to share that story with you. So the point is, you get to decide. You can have anything you want. You can be anything you want. You can do anything you want. You just have to ask and believe you can, and then receive it. And the best way to receive is just to feel good and to move into the idea that you can have it. And it's not even necessarily feeling good. It's just feeling okay with whatever happens and embracing the big, beautiful universe that we live in. So I hope you have an amazing day. I hope this made sense. I know that it kind of got rambly towards all of it, maybe really, but you can have anything you want. May you manifest exactly what you want.